Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of your favorite podcast. And guys, in today's episode, I am going to tell you about life. It's not going to be about marketing. It's not going to be about building a business. It's going to be something much bigger and much more important that I think will make you a far better person. I don't care if this video makes any views or anything. If one person watches it, I think that will change the world. And I'm just going to tell you a quick story. So we all know the holiday, okay? You know, when you're a kid, you're on holiday, and the holiday is cool, right? You go out, you don't have to go to school. You wake up later, you can run around and stuff. There's no homework, there's no nothing. And usually you go out with your family, you have memories. Oh, we went here, we went there and stuff. So the holiday is fantastic, right? And I remember when I was a kid, I loved the holiday, right? I knew exactly when the next holiday was coming, and I was looking forward to the holiday. And this was the best thing on the planet. And I'm pretty sure it's the best thing for you as well. You're like, dude, holiday is so cool. You know, you have time off. You know, let's say now you're working, you have time off from work. It's cool. Okay. Now let me explain something. So there's this little girl that I pick up from school every day. All right. She is my everything. She is my little pumpkin, and she just makes my day every day. Right. And I go pick her up from school, and then, you know, we have a chat, you know, how was school and everything. Right. And so for the longest time, I've been asking her, but when is the end of the school year, right? And she didn't know. And it was like, how the hell you don't know? Like, I will know exactly when it was, right? And it turns out that the end of the school year was today. I had no idea. She didn't know either, right? So when I came to pick her up, she told me, yeah, well, that's the end of the school year. And she didn't seem very happy about it. And so on the journey back, I was like, well, I seem more excited about your holiday than you are. You know, why are you not happy? You're not jumping around like I was when I was a kid. You know what? Why? And she told me, so I assumed like, well, you know, she's gonna miss her friends and stuff. You know, when you're a kid, you want to see your friends. But she told me something which, you know, she didn't say it in a bad way or anything, but it just broke my heart. So she told me, because I said, hey, you know, you can sleep late, you don't have to wake up and stuff. And she said, no, I have to go to work with my mother. And which is true, because her mom is a single mom, and you know, she can't be at home, she can't leave work, so she will have to go to work with her mom, right? And this is when it hit me. This is when I realized that I have been privileged my whole life. I mean, some people had a better life than me and stuff, but in compare to other kids, I had the privilege of having a holiday. Like this picture of holiday that I gave you before, where, oh, you're jumping around, you're going places, you go with the family and stuff. I just assumed it was everybody. But please understand that if this is your vision of holiday, you are privileged. You don't have to go do some work or something, or go stay at work with your parents or something. So that's the reason why she wasn't necessarily thrilled, because at least in school, she has her friends. She has stuff. Stuff that she's doing. Now she still have to wake up, and she'll have to go to your work, you know. And it really broke my heart. I mean, for two reasons. I mean, first reason is because, you know, she's my little pumpkin. You know, I want her to be happy and stuff. You know, but the second reason is also that I did not realize how privileged I was to have this life that I had. That makes sure that I got to have a childhood, and I got to have holiday. I got to know what holiday is. Right? And I just took it for granted, right? There are kids, I mean, yeah, you know, she's not in the worst condition. Like there are people who, you know, they live on their bridge and stuff. Obviously, they don't know holiday, but I never considered the fact that I was in a privileged position. Okay. And this is why I told you that the purpose of this video is I don't have anything to sell. I don't have it's just to get you to realize the privileges that you have that you just take for granted, and that you don't realize how that some people are dreaming of having that one thing that you think is completely mundane and that you don't appreciate, it really broke my heart when I realized this, because I remember there was I was doing a lot of volunteering and stuff, and there was this little girl, these two girls actually, it was their birthday. They weren't too far apart, and these were girls from my basketball team, and I said, hey, it's your birthday, I will buy a cake and stuff, and we'll have a surprise party, right? And so we organized something. They had absolutely no idea. We went to like a small restaurant. There was a pool. There was blah, blah, blah. And then we pull out the case. Happy birthday to you. And she started crying. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? What did I do? You know what I mean? I thought I did something wrong. But what happened is that it was the first time in her life that she actually got a birthday celebration with a cake. Right? Because there was no attention on you. You were the star of the thing. It's your birthday. We're celebrating your birthday. And she was crying, and I remember that situation breaking my heart, because how many birthday parties have you had your whole life? It's normal. And some people will do a tantrum. Oh, I didn't get this for my birthday, and then etc. Some people never had a birthday. They never had a birthday celebration. And that made me realize this, but I didn't know that they extended to the holiday. For me, holiday was just a happy moment. I never would have imagined that for someone, holiday is not that great and the school is better. You know what I mean? So I want you to kind of consider this when you're complaining and you're tempted to moan about stuff. I mean, obviously there's always someone who's in worse condition and stuff, but please understand that being able to have a holiday, it's a privilege. Okay. And also, one thing is, I hear so many people, and you probably heard them. Well, the school is broken, the school sucks, and the school doesn't work, and school this and school that, the school system, blah, 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 etc. Right. So I want you to, if you're one of them, one of those people who thinks that, oh, well, the school system is broken, school system, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. I want you to think for 1 second. You got to go to school. You had the privilege of going to school. There are kids who will give everything they have to be able to go to school. And the narrative and blah, 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 is from people who were privileged enough to go to school, and you hear them complain. Now, try being a kid who's from a really poor country, never got to go to school, never got to learn something. Do you think you will say the same thing? Probably not, right? And so I want you to realize this. Yes, well, the school system is not perfect, it's not this, blah, blah, blah. Yes, of course. But please understand, where you are in the pyramid, where are you talking from, right? So you're talking from here. Oh, well, school is not good. Someone is down there. They never got to experience school, all right? And there's so many things. Now, I'm telling you this not because, I'm not privileged. I'm telling you, I was privileged to do all these things, and I never realized. And it takes one tiny little comment from a little girl to get you to understand that, wow, you know what? It really, again, I'm telling you, it really broke my heart to hear the stuff. It really did. I'm going to give you some other examples here. So it's just, I want you guys to kind of think a little bit and have some context of, wow, you know what? I had no idea. There are things. I remember when I went back to France a few years ago, a few years now. I remember there were all these Syrians in the streets, sleeping in the streets. And I was like, Jesus Christ, why are there so many homeless people? I didn't know why. So I arrived in France. I'm like, dude, there's so many homeless people and stuff. And, some people were like, just, oh, what are they doing here? And kick them out and blah, 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 etc. And I was like, look, I hope that this is your case. I have never had the unpleasant experience or the bad luck of living in a country where bombs can fall out of the sky at any time. Never experienced this. And that must be the absolute worst thing that you can go through. People are dying around you. You lost family members and blah, blah, blah. I'm grateful that I never got to experience this. And people don't realize how privileged they are. There are people who live in a constant fear of a bullet, a rocket, a missile, or something. Someone who comes in, kills your family and stuff. I never had I didn't have to go through this stuff, And this is a privilege. And you have to remember these things, okay? Again, there are people who have a life that's way worse than me. There are people who have a life that's way, I'll say, better than me. I'll say they have more privileges and stuff. But please be sensible, and realize this. I had no idea that holiday could, for someone, not be like a happy moment. I just realized it. So what I have decided to do, because again, it really, really hurt me, is I want to make sure, I cannot do this for everybody, but I want to make sure that I will give this little girl, because again, she's my everything. She's my little pumpkin. We have a lot of fun every day. I'm going to make sure that she has a holiday. Not that, I can't, we can't fly out or blah, 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 but I'm going to make sure. And I wasn't planning on doing this because I like my sleep. I like to sleep in the morning and stuff. But I'm going to make sure that I will wake up every day. I'm going to wake up early, and then I'm going to go pick her up, and then we're going to go do something so that she can have like a holiday where there's some activities. Like the holiday is different from the school year where, in school you have to go to school, and then on holiday you get to do cool stuff, right? I want her to be able to experience this. Was it my plan? It wasn't. It really wasn't my plan. My plan was, I don't have to go and, pick her up from school. It takes me like a good 2 hours by the time I drop her and I come back, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't have to do this. So in terms of productivity, maybe I can do more or whatever. So, and, not that I was happy because, I like doing this because, we get to have fun and everything. But, my plan was, I don't have to do it for a month. But the plan has changed. My plan is going to be now, I'm going to pick her up in the morning, and then we're going to do something. Then kids, they want to do something different every day. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I don't know how that's going to work, but I want her to experience this. I want her to have an image of a holiday. What? The holiday is fun. I do stuff. And it's just this realization. So all I'm asking for you guys is, try to think, try to realize and put things in perspective of how privileged you are in a lot of areas where you don't have to worry about where the next meal is coming from. You don't have to worry about some bomb falling on your face. You get to go to school. You have the privilege of going to school. All these things. It's just realizing it. I don't want to depress anybody. Like a better human being, I guess. And if you can do something about it, if you can help someone get that one thing that for you is completely mundane, is super easy, then you will change someone's life. Okay? All right. That is pretty much it. Thank you very much. Bye.